Hello, ladies. Welcome to yet another episode of Gita for Women, where we are covering stories from daily life experiences about unique lessons, letting a person grow to his or her full potential. While a lot of people are of the opinion that what makes you sad should be left, as you should look on to the brighter side and stick by those that make you happy. Deeply contemplating the thoughts, we realize that it is the tough situations that help us grow beyond a point above which we initially thought it was impossible to go. This leads to self-discovery at times of deep remorse or challenge. Even in love, separation teaches more than what nearness can ever teach. The times of nothingness in togetherness, and even without it, help us reveal the one speciality about a deep relationship which actually is unconditional love without attachment. So many of us talk today about unconditional love. So many books talk about unconditional love. Love within material constraints is bondage. Even if we call it love, for the lack of a better word, it is not something that flowers beyond a point. Love is very generic. But the deep meaning of loving without attachment holds true for all relations. The one question that now arises is that if all what to love is such divine emotion, then there are not going to be any problems in the world. In that case, world is going to be too good that this thought itself won't be believed. Idea of detachment at social level is a different matter. What is possible is to win over oneself by a spiritual conduct, a conduct that stems from the roots of a right framework. I'm tired of my husband. He doesn't listen to me. All the time we keep having irritating talks and pointless arguments. I can understand why there's so lack of decision making at his end. For everything, he looks so dependent on others. Why? Once a friend told me about her problems with husband. She was married 2 years ago and her partner was a really nice guy. At least from what we could make out, he seemed to be really cool. My friend Diksha was a homemaker that time. She was highly active and worked in different professional fields from home. I don't know whether we would still call her a homemaker then or not, but she followed her passions. Everyone around her knew that she was much more talented than Akshay. Akshay was the husband. Akshay loved the fact that Diksha was more into work and herself. He liked the fact that she was practical and focused. Akshay was focused too. But whenever some decision had to be made in a right direction, he would give his mother the decision making of it all. Akshay's father didn't play any role in all of this. He kept himself aside. I have no clue what both of you want. Akshay, you have a family. Why can't you yourself decide? It is better to decide own matters with Diksha now. While his dad remained cool, mother got into the habit of interfering on a regular basis. Ashocyan anvashochahatvam pragyavadancha bhashase gatasun agatasun cha na anushocanti panditaha. You grieve for those who should not be grieved at, yet speak as if a man of wisdom. The wise grieve, neither for the living, not for the dead. Bhagavat Gita chapter 2 verse 11. Wise is the one who knows when to introspect. He or she understands the grounds for self-purification. Akshay was not understanding the fact that Diksha didn't appreciate everything between them being shared with her mother-in-law. As friends, we didn't know too much until Diksha discussed with us. In such difficult circumstances, I was glad that Diksha chose to share her heart with her friends. It was crucial not only for an outpour to happen, but also to understand what was happening and how it could be suitably settled. Akshay's father seemed to be an intelligent person. Being old in age then, we did not know if it was okay to involve him, but he was the best option to be approached. Uncle, Diksha and Akshay are having a hard time. We believe you're aware? I'm aware, my children, but I keep myself away from all these matters. After a time, you can't involve yourself when you know people won't change. Their personalities have solidified. Habits cannot be changed. So one can do only own bit. But uncle, you can counsel Akshay. Akshay needs to grow and outgrow. Both mother and son need to loosen themselves to allow for Diksha to have a space in home. Diksha is my daughter. But to call one a daughter and to be able to make one is a different matter altogether. We learned the fact that after some time, if you can't change, better accept. Diksha was getting suffocated gradually. Uncle unfortunately had no say in the family, but he had some wisdom. He was living his life, doing his bit. He didn't hold regrets. He didn't control anyone. He maintained his school at unstable times. It was true that the situation at home was out of his hands, yet he remained true to his own nature, which I felt was totally amazing. People around should have learned from him. He had been trying to give some sense to Diksha. In some ways, she was helpless and at times got short-tempered. Only a professional could help them. Perhaps that was the last resort. We gained an insight that it was important to achieve clarity in thought and action. One cannot be happy with a blurred vision. Own inner eyes need to be opened to philosophical clarity in life. Accepting how things shall be, one must live fully each day in love and gratefulness.